Hi everyone, welcome to Sense with Singh. This is going to be another flanker battle, so let's bring the players out. Right, so today we are going to talk about another very popular fragrance. It has been categorized as an office fragrance. I don't agree to it completely, but still, we are going to talk about it. So this is another viewer requested flanker battle, and this is going to be the line of Prada L'homme. This is a decant of Prada Long that I bought for this video. I have already used a 50 ml bottle, but the request of this video, actually the whole channel came after finishing that bottle. So I got this decant from Mr. Harsimran. I buy a lot of decants from him. I will share the links in the description. So another bottle that we're going to talk about is Prada L'homme Intense. This decant I got from a friend. And the third one, which was the most awaited player in the game, is going to be Prada L'homme's Water Splash. I had mentioned the name of Mr. Anshul Sachin in the previous video as well, so this decant comes from him too. So let's begin. Let's spray with Prada Long. Even though I've used the 50 ml bottle, still always nice to refresh the notes. So Prada L'homme is an iris based series. So this is iris, of course, very prominent with a lot of florals in the background. There is neroli, there is geranium and other notes. Certain green aspect to it, very clean, very fresh, not citrusy. Some spices there too, making it a slightly more mature fragrance. Slightly, ever so slightly. I don't say that it's not so youthful, but still. It's not that bright and energetic, but still bright enough to be a fresh fragrance. Now, I understand why this was labeled as a office fragrance, because it comes across very easy to everyone, but it is non-offensive. So if you're looking for a fragrance, you're not such a fan of citrus fragrances, so this is something to consider. This is clean, this is slightly green, this is fresh, has a lot of you can say I don't know how to put it, I'm trying. Again, that non-offensive kind of an aspect to it. So very nice. Prada Long, very nice fragrance. This was a good bottle to be enjoyed. Next we are going to spray Prada Long Intense. So what happens in Prada L'homme Intense is that again, that woody iris center is intact very properly, but the florals have been completely removed and they are replaced with a tonka bean and leather note. Now due to the tonka bean, you get a good nutty, very nice volume to the scent. It supplements, the way it is done here, it supplements the iris note very nicely. I love the combination. Also, there is a leather note. Now what the leather note does is, leather is usually a smoky, flat kind of a note. It is not that bright, doesn't jump off the skin that well, but still leather notes usually do have very good longevity and projection, and that is exactly what it is doing there. It is pushing that tonka bean and iris combination. It's just pushing it off this strip very nicely. Even off the skin it comes off beautifully, and that longevity that gets added to it, it is just fantastic. Even though I never had any complaints with Prada L'homme's longevity, but Intense is true to its name. Not just intense in combination or composition, but also in its performance. So super good fragrance again. Last and the most awaited player of the game, Prada Long Water Splash. So what happens in Prada Long Water Splash is, this is not a derivative of Intense, this is the derivative of Prada Long, with a few replacements here and there. Again, the iris base remains there, but there is an added zinc to it. Neroli is back, ginger is added, tonka bean leather taken away. This becomes very fresh, almost a citrusy feel to it, not that much. But again, that typical soapy character of the iris is there, and this is very clean, further more than Prada Long. I don't see it getting disliked. No, this is going to be mass appealing in a very classy way, and for a summer evening this would be very good. I see that it is going to be a bit more versatile than that. If you're just casually going out, you can just pick it up and spray it, because again, this is going with that same non-offensive DNA kind of a zone. So that's Prada L'homme Water Splash. Honestly telling, I love all these three fragrances. Prada L'homme was a good fragrance to enjoy. Then Prada L'homme, I'm almost halfway through this sample. I'm almost actually done with this sample. I don't know if I can get it in focus here. Let's try. You can see it's just a little bit left. So maybe I have to bother my friend again for a 5 ml one this time. So let's do a quick recap of Prada L'homme series. So that's Prada L'homme for you. A green iris powdery fragrance, very well executed, non-offensive, and comparing it immediately to Water Splash, see, it causes a certain olfactive blindness when you smell them right after the other, because the basic base is the same and there is an added freshness to it, but that freshness is bouncing off the strip very well. Slight sweetness, almost a fruity sweetness, but not going away, not straying away from the DNA. It's maintaining its course. Prada L'homme Intense, on the other hand, that is another game. That is very good, but it does not stand in front of its counterpart. It's intense. It's Homme Intense counterpart from another brand. No way, nowhere near this. Near that actually. So Prada L'homme Intense, Prada L'homme Water Splash. What would I pick, or what would the devil pick? Water Splash. Why? Again, Water Splash is very wearable, even though as personally I would pick Prada L'homme Intense because I'm more into tonka bean and leather fragrances. I like those notes. But considering the versatility again, and you can say the variability also, and also keeping in mind, if I am suggesting this fragrance to someone who is not deeply into fragrances and just wants a good clean fragrance to just pick up and wear wherever that person wants to go, then Prada Long Water Splash does the trick. It's very good. It's very, that added zinc to it makes a lot of difference to the composition. Why not Prada L'homme in that case? I feel that the Prada L'homme DNA has run its course. It is a hit. It is too much out there. And Prada L'homme Intense would be more suitable only to the colder weathers, even though I love it even more. But Prada L'homme Water Splash is very good. So that's my pick for you. Out of these three, Prada L'homme Water Splash takes the win. So that is the fragrance that I would pick out of these three. So once again, thank you so much for your continuous support. I am very happy that I was able to do these two videos much quickly than I used to. The previous ones, there's not much gap in between them. Also, I've been getting a lot of requests on many fragrances to review. I get to them eventually. I'm really sorry, I'm not that quick. I have to give fragrances a bit more time, and sometimes some fragrances are very difficult to arrange in terms of availability, and sometimes some fragrances are very difficult to arrange because of their price. So still, I appreciate you wait for my review, you give me time for that. I'm very thankful to have such such loyal subscribers and supporters. And some of you, I have been checking my analytics, some of you are not my subscribers, so if you've been revisiting my content, please subscribe to my channel. The increasing numbers are a big encouragement to do more content more frequently, so that's one request that I make to my viewers. Also, you can connect with me on Instagram. I post a lot of reviews there. There are some fragrances that I don't talk about on my channel, but I talk about them in detail on uh, the Instagram page. So I hope to connect with you there as well. And if there are any other requests, please leave it in the comment section. I will get to it. I will try to arrange that fragrance, or maybe that fragrance sample is with me. Also, I'll be covering more designer fragrances, as I have been told that you cover a lot of niche fragrances which go out of budget. I'm really sorry, that's not my intention. I just happen to talk about what I like or what has come across and I've really liked, and I want to spread word about it. But still, I'll be covering more designer fragrances which people find much more approachable. And there is one thing that I want to say is that thanks to decanters who can give you 2 ml samples, 5 ml samples, 10 ml, 30 ml samples, even niche fragrances are very approachable. I highly recommend that you venture out of the designer segment and go into the niche fragrances, because the creativity, the quality available in them is just mind-blowing. So please do consider that thought. And with that, I will take your leave and we will be in touch about it, and more content coming soon. Thank you so much for your love and support.